your journey and your story has been so incredible and so remarkable. That's why I've been so thrilled because to sit back as somebody else's friend, like we had John Reilly here and we were talking about me not drinking, him being the one that made the call. Him and my other buddies would consciously not drink around me. And I didn't know that at the time because I was so focused on, is everybody judging me because I can't drink? Like when you're so used to drinking every day and then you're like, why are people looking at me like, I'm trying to do something good with my life here, you know? Where it was like the same thing, it was similar type things with Mikey, where it was like you see, okay, he's got the wife, he had a dog, he's doing good, he's got the job, he's doing good, and then the babies come. And now, after hearing you talk about like your day-to-day, like I feel like you were able to make all of your military things, whether it was like having the adrenaline rush or being regimented, you've basically created like everything you got out of the military from a positive manner. You've been able to create that in your day-to-day, because I think it's hard for a lot of people to find that and to fill that void, and they fill that void with the wrong things. And before you know it, you blink your eyes, 15 years go by, you know, you're logging miles, you're doing things that you can for yourself to feel better, where you could have went another route. And I know that there were some doctors around you at that time too. They were probably subscribing some things that maybe we wouldn't necessarily be celebrating you at this moment had you stayed, you know, singular focused on whatever they told you there, which no knock on the VA, but, you know.
Yeah, I cut that out pretty quick with the VA. I didn't understand why that would, you know, I couldn't relate to the doctors because you talk to them when you get back and it's like they weren't there.
They don't get it.
And they just want to prescribe. And I don't, you know, I'm very I don't think pills should be the first thing you give somebody to fix something. You know, if my kid got a fever, I'm going to give him Tylenol.
Yeah. Right.
But besides that, you don't need to be prescribed something that you're going to be stuck on the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I'm very, you know, I look for an alternate way. And for me, yeah, it's like patterns of behavior. It's repetition. I do it with my children. And it's like not always easy, but it works. My daughter's 5.5. Every single night we read her a book. Like we have our bedtime routine is the same every night for all my kids. Like, you know, my wife puts my son down. I put my 2.5-year-old at the same time. We alternate with who goes with my 5.5-year-old, and you got to read to her a couple books, whatever. But sometimes you don't want to read that second or third book. But like she's asking for it, I'm gonna do it. That's like, who am I to say no to that? I don't always want to.
Especially something like that. It's not like you're saying no to video
I know,
games.
but it's like these are exactly, and
You
then
know?
it's like. And you just create patterns of behavior. So you brush your teeth every morning. You're gonna take a bath every night. Like that's what you have to do. And over time, they stop fighting or they just do it. It's, you know, you can manipulate kids in a way that's positive in the long run. You know, with the food you provide them, the activities you do, it's just patterns of behavior.
But it sounds like you kind of came home and manipulated yourself a little bit too. And I mean, you weren't a kid when you came home, so there's got to be a little bit of value to an adult in what you're saying. I mean, you got to be mentally tough enough to do it, but you retrained yourself in that sense.
Yeah, I get, but I had help though too, and my wife was the biggest.
Everybody needs help.
Yeah, no, for sure. And you don't know what to do, but you want to make sure you're going in the right direction. Like at the end of the day, I come from a good family, I come from a good neighborhood, I come from a good community, and there's no reason I can't give back that way or do that or, you know, develop and grow as I age. You know, like, and that's what I want to do, and it's starting to all come together now. And like, I feel I'm in a really good place in my life. You know, again, it's not always easy with little kids, but I don't have like, I'm pretty good at living in the moment where sometimes you want to think too far ahead or reflect on negativity that gets you nowhere. You know, like you just got to keep moving forward. And there's so much good and positive in the world. And I think it helps when you're not always envious of what's going on around you, but you're inspired or motivated by somebody that's doing something that you want to do. Or instead of looking at or trying to put somebody down, like it gets you nowhere. You just, it's like self-pity. Like, so I'm very, you know, just, I like motivators. I like seeing people doing cool things. I'm like, oh man, you know, just happy for them.